Real-time strategy is the genre that won't die. It got declared dead in 2010 when StarCraft 2 shipped. It got declared dead again when MOBAs ate the lunch. It declared dead a third time when no major publisher would fund a new one. And then somehow, in 2025, RTS is the best it has been in 15 years. Today, the 8 best RTS games you can buy on PC right now. Judging criteria: depth of the macro layer, micromechanics, single-player campaign quality, multiplayer health, mod support, and whether the game still rewards 1,000 hours of investment. Honourable mentions before we stop. No StarCraft 2, because Blizzard refuses to put it on Steam. No Age of Mythology Retold. Solid game, but doesn't quite displace the canon. No Mechabellum, because it's an auto-battler, not pure RTS. 8 picks. Number 1 is the genre's all-time high watermark. Let's get into it. Number 8. Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Ironclad Games, original 2008, Rebellion expansion 2012, still patched today. The 4X RTS hybrid that nobody else has ever matched. You play one of 7 factions across a procedurally generated star system. You build planets, you research tech trees, you assemble fleets of capital ships and corvettes and bombers, and you wage interplanetary war in real time without ever pausing. Battles in Sins are slow and weighty. A frigate takes seconds to move between planets. A capital ship takes a minute to reach the front line. Decisions you made an hour ago decide whether your fleet shows up to defend the right system. The diplomacy layer is the best in the genre. You can pact with one player, give them resources, then backstab them 3 turns later when their fleet is committed elsewhere. $20 for Rebellion, often 5 on sale. Sins of a Solar Empire 2 launched in 2024 and is improving fast, but Rebellion is still the depth king. If you want one RTS to play for 1,000 hours, this is the one. Number 7. Stronghold Crusader HD, Firefly Studios 2002, HD, Remastered 2012. A medieval castle builder that turns RTS into something between SimCity and Total War. You build a keep. You hire peasants. You appoint armorers, fletchers, brewers, monks, and turn your village into a self-sustaining war machine. Then the AI lords send their Crusader armies at your walls, and you defend with archers, boiling oil, and stake pit ambushes. The campaign's 50 AI lord missions of escalating siege, absurdity, the wolf, the sultan, the caliph, the pig. Every AI has a personality, a fortification style, and a deeply unfair pacing. The single-player skirmish mode against any combination of those AI lords is endlessly replayable. The community is still active 20 years later. Definitive Edition adds new maps and AI, but the HD version is the cult classic pick. $5 on sale. The castle management depth nothing else has touched in 2 decades. Worth every minute. Number 6. Northgard. Shiro Games 2018. The Viking-themed real-time strategy game where territory matters more than units. You play one of 12 clans: wolf, stag, goat, raven, bear, boar, snake, dragon, lynx, squirrel, horse, kraken, each with a completely different playstyle. You don't build a base in Northgard. You claim hex regions, each with a different terrain bonus, and you build your village across them. The combat is intentionally simple. Units are cheap, fights are decisive, but most games are won on the map control layer. Winter mechanic puts a clock on every game. You either prepare for winter with food and warmth, or you watch your villagers freeze. The campaign is solid, multiplayer is balanced, and the new clan DLC drops every 6 months. Definitive Edition includes everything for $30. The most accessible serious RTS on this list. If StarCraft scared you off the genre forever, start here. Number 5. They are billions. Nemontian Games, 2019. Steampunk Zombie Apocalypse RTS, where you build a single colony and survive successive waves of literal thousands of zombies. Each wave is bigger than the last. The final wave is, in fact, billions. Your job is to build walls, place crossbowmen and ranger towers, and Thanatos warriors, and route every single zombie around your population while harvesting resources to sustain the war machine. A single infected unit gets inside your walls, and the chain reaction can collapse the entire colony in seconds. The tension is the entire game. The roguelike survival mode is the headline content. There's also a campaign with a research tree and unlockable map missions that adds 20 hours. The game is ruthless. The accessibility floor is mid-tier. The reward, once you survive your first 100-day run, is genuinely one of the most cathartic moments in any tactics game. $30 usually. The horror arts hybrid the genre needed. Number 4. Command and Conquer Remastered Collection. AA and Petroglyph, 2020. The remaster nobody believed EA would handle properly. And they actually did. It bundles Tiberian Dawn, Red Alert, and all their expansion content with a fully rebuilt visual layer that lets you toggle between original sprites and the 4K remaster in real time. The campaigns are intact. The full motion video cutscenes are upscaled. The Westwood Ost is included. Multiplayer is rebuilt with a modern matchmaker and a leaderboard that is somehow still active in 2025. The fact that EA also released the source code on the GPL afterward is a one-time miracle. The mod scene that grew up around the remaster has rebuilt Tiberian Sun and Red Alert, 2 inside the same engine. $20, often 10 on sale. If you have ever cared about RTS history, this is the cleanest single purchase you can make. Foundational. Untouchable. Well, number 3. Company of Heroes, 2T. Relic Entertainment, 2013. The squad-based World War II RTS that took the original Company of Heroes formula. Small squads, real cover, real flanking, and added the Eastern Front, the German Army's mechanized doctrines, and one of the best multiplayer scenes in tactical RTS history. Every fight in Company of Heroes 2 is a small story. A squad of riflemen breaks line of sight on a German MG nest. Your sniper picks off the gunner, your engineers race to capture the abandoned strongpoint, and an enemy panzer rolls around the building's corner because you forgot to scout the flank. The Ardennes assault campaign is a non-linear strategic layout with persistent companies. The faction roster is asymmetric. Soviets are economy light, conscript spam heavy, Germans are veteran focus, tech tree branching. The DLC commander system is contentious, but the core game is brilliant. $20 usually. Company of Heroes 3 is also out, but 2 is still where the multiplayer lives. The most tactical of all RTS games. On this list, number 2, Total War, Warhammer 3, Creative Assembly, 2022, plus 3 years of patches and DLC. The Grand Strategy meets Real-Time Battles series at its absolute peak. You play one of 20 plus legendary lords across the entire Warhammer fantasy world map. You manage diplomacy, recruit armies, research tech, build settlements, and then when armies meet on the campaign map, the game drops you into a 30,000 unit real-time battle on a fully simulated battlefield. The combination of the Immortal Empires update, which combine the maps and rosters of all 3 Warhammer games, and the Shadows of Change and Thrones of Decay DLC packs gave us the deepest single Total War experience. Airship. The Skaven are still busted in the best way. Kislev is genuinely fun. Cathay is the most thematic faction Key has ever designed. $60 base, hundreds of dollars in DLC if you want everything. The strategy genre's most ambitious living game. The only reason it isn't number 1 is that the game above it is the genre's permanent gold standard. Number 1. The Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Forgotten Empires 2019 Definitive Edition Release: Original Ensemble Studios, 1999. The genre's permanent gold standard. 25 years after the original release, OE2 is still adding new civilizations, still hosting a competitive scene with prize tournaments, still pulling top 20 Steam concurrent player counts, still being learned by new players every single month. The definitive edition is the cleanest version. 4K visuals, balance changes from the modern competitive community, new campaigns covering Edward Longshanks, Babur, Yodit, and Augurdas, plus the Return of Rome DLC that ports Age of Empires 1 into the AoE2 engine. The Mountain Royals, Three Kingdoms, and Chronicles expansions are all genuinely good. $20, usually $10 on sale. The multiplayer is the most watched RTS esports of any game on this list. The campaigns are still some of the best historical fiction ever shipped in a video game. The skirmish AI is now genuinely competitive. The mod scene built hyper-random in the entire custom scenario ecosystem. Age of Empires 2 is the genre's permanent number one. Locked in, not negotiable. Comment your civilization below. I'll be playing Lithuanians. That's the 8. I know Total War. Warhammer fans are going to argue for number one. I know StarCraft. Two purists will tell me the genre died. In 2010, I know Supreme Commander forged alliance forever. Fans are screaming at me right now. Tell me in the comments, what's your number one RTS? What did I leave off? Beyond all reason, Tempest Rising, Age of Mythology, Retold. The new diplomacy is not an option. I read every comment, and I will argue rankings with you. Next deep dive, next week, different niche, same approach. Night Call is a one video a week channel focused on niche lists nobody else covers. Subscribe if that's the kind of thing you want more of. Thanks for watching.